Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys enjoyed your 3-day weekend. Let's go ahead, let's talk about our jobs for today. So first things first, as you can see on our homepage, we have parent-teacher conferences this week, which means Ms. Walsh is going to be a little bit more busy than usual. So please, if you have any questions, your best time to get that help is during office hours, 11:30 to 12:30. Otherwise, I might not be able to get back to your comments. And so I will get back to your comments, but not as quickly as possible. So just keep that in mind, please, while you are, thinking of questions for your assignments. Please do not hesitate to come to office hours. All right, let's look at our jobs for today. It is a week of the 8th through the 12th, and it is Tuesday, March 9th, 2021. We're going to go ahead, we are going to scroll down. We are going to see our jobs for today. So first things first, we have our morning work. We are doing our weekly check-in. Remember, we have started doing a weekly check-in the beginning of the week. This is where you get a chance to share how your weekend was, anything that you did that was really exciting, or maybe, just relaxing, and anything you're looking forward to in the week, something you wish to change about the week, anything Miss Walsh can help you with, and then how are you feeling today? After you've clicked that, make sure you submit, and you are good to go for that job. Then we have our journal. It is Top 10 Tuesday. For this Top 10 Tuesday, you are going to be writing a top 10 list of your favorite snacks or treats. Then justify your number one pick with 5 to 6 sentences. As you can see here, we have some ideas, brainstorm ideas: goldfish, Pop-Tarts, grapes, Takis, whatever you guys really like for your snack time, for treats. You are going to come up with a list of 10 items. Then your number one pick, you need to justify with 5 to 6 sentences. You can see here, sentence frames and starters are on the right. Again, you do not have to use these, but they are there if you would like them. All right. Then we have our Zoom, 9 o'clock. After our Zoom, you are going to go ahead, you're going to head to PE with Miss H. You're going to click on our friend who is stretching, and you will then see the link. You will click right here, orange button for PE. Again, that starts at 10 o'clock. After PE, you're going to go ahead, you're going to have a break. After your break, you're going to come back. You are going to get started on your spelling job. We are going to be talking about C and G sounds today, or this week rather, today as well. But we're going to be talking about them for this whole week. So we know C and G, they actually make two different sounds. So it makes a hard C, a K, and a hard G, G. But they also make soft sounds, and so when we have a soft C, it makes a S sound, and the G makes a J sound, or a J sound. And so you're going to go ahead, you are going to click and drag the circles wherever you hear the C making an S sound, S, and you are going to circle any words with a G that makes a J sound. All right, and Miss Walsh went ahead, I read them row by row, so I'll say, in the audio, I'll say row 1, and then I'll start reading: fence, peck, cat, plunge, crime, hug. All right, so just know that Miss Walsh will read the words to you, but it's going to be by row. All right. Then, after that job, you will go ahead, you are going to have a poetry pre-assessment and readings. Remember, pre-assessment is just Miss Walsh's way of knowing what you already know. So that way when we start talking about poetry tomorrow, I'm not going to spend time talking about things that you're like, Miss Walsh, I already know that, right? So I'm making the most use out of your time, okay? So you're going to go ahead, poetry, what I think I know, and what I hope to learn. You are going to go ahead, you're going to go through, you're going to start off by giving me your name, then you're going to share as many ideas as you can about what you think you already know about poems. Now, You all have ideas of what poems look like, what they sound like, so everyone is required to have an answer for this, because I know you guys have your own opinions and thoughts about poetry, and I know you've talked about poetry before, so please, please, please share as many ideas as possible. Then you're going to share as many ideas as you can about what you hope to learn about poems. So maybe there's some things that you don't really know about poems. Maybe you don't really know what the certain patterns are. Maybe you don't understand how to structure a poem. And that's okay. So go ahead, you are going to write them right here. Anything you hope to learn about poems. Alright, so again, what you think you already know and what you hope to learn. After you've done that, you're going to go ahead, you're going to click where it says Poetry Pre. And you're going to see that you have 2 poems. So you have your first poem here, The Swing, and then on slide number 3, you will have a second poem, The Wind. You're going to go ahead, you're going to first read or listen to The Swing, and then move to slide number 2. You have 3 questions to answer. So your first question, what are your wonderings about this poem? You're going to write all your wonderings here. What do you think the author is talking about in the poem? Again, you're going to write all your responses here. What about the text makes you sure it is a poem? And again, right here, you're going to see it says try and come up with something besides, because Ms. Walsh told me it was a poem. Yes, that is true. But I want you to go back to the slide and look and say, how do I know that this is a poem? And so you're going to go through and decide what parts of this text tells you this is a poem. Alright, and you're going to do the same thing for The Wind. You're going to read or listen to it, and then you're going to answer these questions on slide 4 for The Wind. Alright, after you've completed that job, you will have lunch. After lunch, you're going to go ahead. We are going to talk about unit fractions and parts of a whole. So we're going to see right here, we have our unit fractions. And you're going to go ahead, you're going to tell me what each equal part is. You're going to go ahead. You are going to click and drag the first, the part, and then you're going to drag the matching fraction. So if I'm finding 1/6, I would also find the fraction 1/6, and I would drag it to the appropriate picture that represents 1/6. Then on slide number 2, you are going to see you are given models or pictures, visual models, and you're going to go ahead. You are going to tell me the number of equal parts, so you're going to count all the parts, then the number of shaded parts. Okay, so the shaded is going to be the colored parts. Then you're going to click and drag the fraction that represents that picture to the yellow box. Alright, slide number 3, you are given the pictures, and now your only job is to click and drag the matching fraction to the appropriate spot. For slide number 4, you are going to draw your visual model, show me your visual model with fractions by clicking, dragging the colored block over, and you're going to shade as many spots as it tells you. So it tells you 4 out of the 6, so I'm going to stretch it out to the 4 boxes, and then I've completed that job. Alright. Then finally, after your fractions, you're going to have I Ready Reading. You just click on this symbol, it will take you there, and then you'll have cleanup. For my friends who finish early, please remember, I'm going to go back to our classroom real quick. Please remember, you have an early finisher section. In that early finisher section, you're going to see that there are stations. Please, please, please go ahead, click on this, because you're going to have some extra jobs. If you finish before you see that 1:50 time, then you should be on your early finisher stations, because this is where you're going to have your other jobs that you can be completing while you finish early, while we're still in the school day. All right, so first you have a writing job, which again, this has changed weekly, so you have a different writing job than what we do in class. We have Khan Academy. I only have 4 friends in our class who are part of Khan Academy, and Khan Academy gives you guys awesome opportunities to practice multiplication, division. I've also added now some fraction jobs on there. So highly, highly recommend. Again, Epic Books. I have a whole collection that I've shared with you guys about animal adaptations for you to check out. An art tutorial, you click on the YouTube icon. I got some inspiration by Osmar's Badger project, and so you can go ahead and click on it and you can draw a badger. And then your Pixton comics and typing.com. All right, so please check those out if you finish early. Check out the early finisher station because it's going to give you guys a lot of different options. All right, this is going to be it for today. If you guys have questions, please let me know. Come to office hours. Again, I'm going to be in conferences all week. But yeah, so I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye, D1.